Before we get into any more of the video, I just want to give a huge thank you to Pros Closet for supporting me on this ride and bringing me out to LA, and also letting me use this really sick bike, weird but sick bike on the trip. So let's get into it. The LA Tourist is a self-supported checkpoint race, kind of similar to an alley cat. A few days before the event, each of the checkpoint's GPS coordinates are released. Your job is to make your own map and navigate yourself to each checkpoint. The first one back to the start with all checkpoints is the winner. We're going up there. Now there's something really important I forgot to mention. Los Angeles has mountains, and big ones. Now this race is going to take you from Burbank into those mountains and then back. So you're riding through the city, through the stoplights, with the traffic, then in the mountains with the trees, the snow, the sand, the ice. It is an epic ride. Now that I got that cleared up, let's get back to the race. Each race participant gets a number. Mine was 183. And when you get to the checkpoint, there's a book. You need to remove the page that corresponds with your race number to prove you hit the checkpoint. Now this is one of the hardest, most fulfilling bike rides I've done in a long time. And just to be out there in these mountains is just something else. It just is a really beautiful place to be, a beautiful place to ride. Whew. First climb up Condor. So before going into this, I knew this race was going to be really challenging and really tough on me. But I wasn't trying to win the race. I was just trying to make sure I can finish the whole ride. I got hot on stickers for your neck, dog. Yeah! Now this ride was extremely difficult for me due to the amount of elevation gain and the mileage for the day, but all that climbing led to some epic descending.
Oh, you're trying to kill me, dude. That's what you're trying to do. I know what you're doing now.
Now before I took off and went to LA, I had a choice on what bike to grab from the Pros Closet. And I wanted to pick something that could handle these LA mountains, and also something that was a little different, something weird, something that most people wouldn't have chose. So I chose the evil Chamois Hagar, and it was the perfect, strange tool for the job, and it worked absolutely flawlessly.
Yo!
The first thing you'll notice about this bike is that the top tube is really long and super slack, as well as the head tube angle at 66.6 degrees. The bottom bracket is super low and the rear end is pretty tight for being such a long bike. All this equates to is a bike that can really handle some steep technical descents. Like this section of the trail. We dropped almost 2,000 feet in a little over 2 miles, with some of the grade being 22%. Full of rocks, super slick, extra steep, but I felt secure and confident and had a huge smile on my face the whole time. Woo.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
One of the coolest things about this bike was the group set. It came with SRAM Force axis, a 38 tooth chainring in the front, and a 10x52 cassette in the rear, matched with an Eagle X01 axis derailleur, along with SRAM Force drop bar shifters. The left shifts up, the right shifts down. If you press both of them, it hits the RockShox reverb dropper post. Such a perfect combo on a bike. I was rolling with some 700C by 50mm WTB Ventures. They were huge, not the meatiest tread. If I had my choice, I would have put some meatier tires on, but it did ride pretty quick on the paved roads. strange thing about this bike is that it comes equipped with a 50mm stem, and that's to make up for the really long top tube. The bike also has mounts everywhere. It's got one on the bottom bracket, 2 on the down tube, 1 on the seat tube, a feed bag on the top tube, and 2 bottle mounts on the fork. You can carry all kinds of water and food with you. Perfect bike for the LA Tourist Race. So final thoughts on the bike and the race. I think this was the perfect bike for this version of the LA Tourist Race. It was very, very mountain bike heavy with a lot of miles to cover. So I think I made the right choice on that. I think maybe a better choice might have been a really lightweight, rigid mountain bike. That would have slayed this place. If we would have made some better routing choices in the beginning, we could have had better results and probably finished the race correctly. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see the full race and the full coverage, I'm going to be dropping a full edit for all the channel members, GX and above. You have access to all that. So go ahead and join the channel if you haven't, and ride safe, be well, and let me know what you think about this bike. It's not the best looking thing, but it can handle some technical stuff. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
So we bring to a close the story of rigid control through the unceasing research and the highest quality.